Okay, the next part of this lesson is graphing equations of lines. There are two forms of the equation that we've talked about in Algebra 1. That would be slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. You should be really familiar with that. Remember that m stands for slope and b stands for y-intercept. We can also think of it as the b is where you begin when you graph, B for begin, and you begin with that point on the y-axis, and then the M stands for slope, or how you move. And you're always going to move from left to right. So on number 7 we have y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. That's already in y equals mx plus b, so we already know the M is negative 1/2. The b is 2. The M is always next to the x, and the b is always the constant, the number that's by itself. No matter what order they're in, that's how it always is. So we're going to begin, b for begin, with the 2 on the y-axis. That's where you begin. And so if you would put a 2 on your y-axis. Okay, the M stands for slope, or how you move. You're always going to move left to right, but the top number, or the negative or positive, whatever it is, this one happens to be negative, means we're going to go down 1 and right 2. You're always going to move to the right. The bottom number always goes to the right. The top number either goes up or down. So let's go ahead and put a dot. If we go down 1 over 2, put a dot there. Okay, now we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep going down 1, right 2, and keep putting dots until we get to the end of our graph and we can't do it anymore. So go ahead and do that. Okay, so once you've got all your dots and you can't go any further, now we're going to go back to the beginning again, back to the 2, and we're going to do everything backwards. Instead of going down 1, right 2, we're going to go up 1, back 2, because we're going to put as many dots on this graph as we can. So I want you to do that and finish graphing this graph, or finish putting all the dots that you can on this graph. Okay, once you've put all your dots, you're just going to connect them by a line and put arrows on the ends. And you have now graphed the equation y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. In graphing that equation, those are all the points on that line, are all the points that would work, plug in for x and y in this equation and make it work. So let's look at the next one, number 8. Okay, if you'll notice on number 8, it is not in y equals form. So we have to get this into y equals, so in order to do that, we are going to get our y by itself. So we're going to add 3x, and we get 4y equals 3x plus 24. Then you divide by 4, and hopefully you guys remember that. And we get y equals 3/4 x plus 24 divided by 4 is 6. So there's my equation. Y equals 3/4 x plus 6. So now I can look at my slope, which is 3/4, and my y-intercept, which is 6. So I'm going to begin at 6 and then move 3 over 4. That means I'm going to go up 3 over 4. So put a dot at 6, and then from there go up 3 over to the right 4. Remember, always to the right 4 until you run out of room. So go ahead and put those dots on your graph. Okay, as you can see, I could only go up 3 and over 4 one time, so now I'm going to do everything backwards. I'm going to go down 3, back 4 as many times as I can and get as many points on this graph as I can. Once you have all your points graphed, you're going to just draw your line between them, put arrows on the ends, and you have graphed the equation of the line. Okay, on number 9, again, it's not in y equals mx plus b. We need to get it there. So the first thing I need to do is, if I'm solving for y, right, I need to subtract 3x. And I get that 5y equals negative 3x plus 15. Then divide by 5, right? And we get that y equals negative 3/5 x plus 3. And that's my equation. So my slope is negative 3/5. My b, my y-intercept is 3. So I am going to begin at 3, and my slope says -3/5. That means I'm going to go down 3 over 5. So put a point at 3 on the y-axis, and then go down 3 over 5 as many times as you can. Okay, once you do that, you're going to go back to the beginning, and you're going to do the opposite of that, which would be up 3 to the left 5 as many times as you can. Once you have all your points graphed that you can, you're just going to draw a line through them, put arrows on the ends, and you have graphed the equation. And you're done. Okay, let's try number 10 on your own. The first thing you're going to do is get it into y equals. And then you're going to make sure you simplify everything you can, and then you're going to find your slope, y-intercept, and graph it. Go ahead and try that on your own. Okay, when I did this, I got y equals -3/2 x plus 2. I hope you remembered to simplify your fraction, -3/2. -12 over 8. 4 goes into both of them, so we get -3/2 x plus 2. And so my slope was -3 over 2. That means I'm going to go down 3 over 2, and my beginning point was 2. And so when you graph it, you should get what I got. And draw your line through them. Hopefully you did a better job than I did. And put arrows on the ends, and there's your graph. Let's look at the next one. Well, never mind, there isn't a next one. So that's it. So tomorrow we're going to be working on the assignment over this. Make sure you keep these notes. Remember to graph, solve for y, get it into y equals mx plus b, find your slope, y-intercept, begin with the y-intercept, and move according to the slope.